incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently,
from the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Geis with a carry on second down. And an alley to run. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run again with Love on first down. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down. Third down, here's Geis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Geis, they'll try to run it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, Geis. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter.
We got double up. Hey, 43, 15. Check. Lucky. Check. Crunch.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 54 yards on the ground. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
56. Mike, 56. General, West. 15. Heavy on the edges. Hey, watch the edge. Switch. 15.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
And the Redskin first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And all the way down to the 37. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here we go, D, get off the field. 56, Mike 56, right there, right there. 50. Color. Hey, zoom, fellas, let's go. 56, Mike.
Mahomes now on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, 37 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, 75 yards. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, A well-deserved seat on the bench. A little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, folks.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, 43, 15. You got to go right here. You got to play big.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Chopper! Chopper!
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. 5-9. Here we go, here we go. Tight.
On 1st down, here's Love. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Don't say nothing.
Here's Love. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be 3rd down.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Love. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Let's go, D.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins, he's going to air one out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Motion, motion, motion.
Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday. 56. Mike, 56.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
You don't want it.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
49, check 49, check 49.
56 to Mike, boys, 56.
Attack, attack.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Redskins on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Check 50, check 50.
On 1st down, this is Geis. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, 58 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
motion. Bravo! Attack, attack!
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes going deep here for Watkins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking tough.
He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Just don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
Williams. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 4, check 4.
Check. Frank, Grace don't travel. Jim. Slam. Attack.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Check 13. Hey, 43, 15. Fire down these two. We gotta go.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes dancing to his left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
Chiefs 17.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
It's a 41-yard